What's going on, guys? Back again, as you can see, on the Passat. This time I've got a very special video. I've been waiting for this for a long time. Something that I've been wanting to do since I owned the Passat. We finally got some coilovers for it. These are pretty much brand new, second hand. They're about 3 weeks old, the guy said, who I bought them off. He's left all the top mounts on for me, so all I've got to do is bolt them on. Obviously, everyone knows these Passats are prone with the pinch bolt to be a bitch to get out. Luckily enough, I've been spending the last 2 weeks using WD-40 to hopefully loosen it. If not, it's going to have to be a case of getting some heat and maybe an air chisel, and hopefully it'll come out. But I'm hoping all my hard work with the WD has paid off. So we're gonna find out right now. So first things first, we've got a jacket up at the front, because we're going to do the fronts first, because the rears are pretty easy on and off job, but the fronts are the ones that are the most awkward. So we're going to jacket up now and see what we got. Right, now that we're all jacked up, you can see what we need to take off. So we need to unbolt this, which is obviously the pinch bolt, and then we don't really need to take these ones off because I'm replacing them, so they can just stay. But this is the most important one. If this doesn't come out, then we're going to be in for a long ride. Right, I've loosened the pinch bolt to a point where I can just tap it. Now hopefully it'll feed through. Looks a bit messy, but I'm because we've got a replacement bolt. Keep hitting it as hard as you can on the end of it. Spray some WD in there, let it soak for a bit, spray a bit more WD, hit it, keep rinsing and repeating, and eventually this will fly out. Well, it won't fly out because the nut's still on, but so I have been defeated at the minute. My WD did not work, so I'm definitely going to have to use some heat. But obviously it's getting late now and I don't have a blowtorch to hand, so I'm going to have to buy one tomorrow after work. Yeah, it's I've left the nut on, but it has kind of flattened it, so I'm going to have a bit of a trouble getting that off. It won't, either way, if it, as long as this starts moving, I can just cut this bit, the bolt, the nut, sorry, and then I can just push the bolt through. And it's the same on the other side. This side's a bit better because but it's yeah, we just need to heat this up and tap, and hopefully it will pop this out. So yeah, I'll see you tomorrow. Alright, it's the next day and I've got a little blowtorch and an electric breaker bar, electric drill breaker, so hopefully I can push this through. We're going to give it a go right now. Give it a bit of heat and then try and push it through, and hopefully it will pop out. We'll see. Into the night, I raise my hand to the fire, but it's no use, 'cause you can't stop it from shining through. It's true, baby, let the light shine through. If you believe
the light shine through for you, for you, for you, for you, for you, won't you let the light shine through?
Right, so I'm struggling on this driver's side, so I'm going to go on the passenger side. Good news, guys. Good news. Look here. I got it out. I made a bit of a boo-boo. So when I put this in, I ain't going to put it in because it won't come back out. But when this was in, obviously it's that way around, I hit the thread and it made it flat and it wouldn't go through that hole. So I had to grind it, but I missed it and hit a bit of the actual housing where it sits in. It shouldn't be too bad because I only grazed it, but I had to cut it off so it was nice and flat for it to get in. But basically what I did was heat it up, then I just kept tapping it, heat it up, tap it, lube it up. That's basically it. You just have to keep rinsing and repeating that until eventually it does start moving. I didn't think it'd ever move, but it did. So literally heat, lube, heat, lube, hit, heat, lube, hit. So yeah, HLH, HLH, HLH. That's all you got to keep doing, and then eventually it'll come out. I would recommend leaving the nut on, or hitting it and then cut it before it goes in, and then use something like this to like a little pinhole size to push it through while you're hitting it. So yeah, I got it out. Now I just need to get these top arms out and then it will all come out. Now both them top arms are popped off, I just got to undo this, which is 18mm, and then there'll be 2 bolts at the top, and then this whole shock will come out all as one. So I've took out the strut. There was 3 bolts instead of 2. I thought it was 3, I don't know, 2, I don't know why, but I'll show you at the top. 1, 2, and there's one down there, 3. Just whack them off. There's this little annoying thing, where is it? It's not there, it's on here. This did damage it, but it don't matter, I don't need it. There's like a little retaining clip that I didn't see, and I pulled it and it broke. But yeah, so you just got to be careful of that, at least in that for the next side. Now it's just a case of swapping this over for the coilover, swapping these arms over as well, because obviously where I've used the fire they've gone perished, so I've just got to whip them on off. I think they're literally the same either side, I think they're the same length, so it doesn't matter which ones goes where. But look, this is what happens. That's what stops it. It stops them from coming out, all that rust there. So yeah, that's gone. Just need to whip this off at the top. Then I'll take that, this strut will come out, and I'll take these off, put the new ones on, whack the coilover in, put it back in there. I won't film me doing this because it's probably a bit boring, but I'll walk you through what I'm going to do, and it'll be done in a second. There you have it. Still need to tighten everything up. I've put a bit of grease inside there. Some of you say I probably shouldn't do that, but I just don't want this to, it should help prevent it from, you know, rusting in. And if I ever need to get this bolt out again, I can with ease get it out. But I'm just going to try and tighten these up now because they're in the right position. I couldn't before, obviously, because of I need to get these in. So I'm going to try and get 2 spanners in either side and tighten everything down, tighten the pinch bolt up, and we should be good to go on this side. But that is looking like one side complete. And if you haven't already, give us a thumbs up, give us a little subscribe. Every little helps, and I'm trying to quit my 9 to 5, so if you could help me, that would be much appreciated. If this has even helped you out, let me know. And I appreciate every comment, appreciate every like and every subscribe. So yeah, there you have it, all tightened up. I think there's a lot of grease on there. Oh well, yeah, there, stop it from corroding, I guess, or getting loose. Anyway, tightened all them up, tightened them up. Just gonna finish tightening them up. I've tightened this one down here up. I did read online that you are meant to put some, you are meant to tighten everything up when the weight's on the car, but I'm just gonna send it and see what happens. If I need to tighten it up after, if it starts making noise or whatever, I guess I can just loosen it all, put the weight on, then tighten it up. But I'm unsure how you're meant to put weight on the car with coilovers and then tighten everything up. You'd have to be inside the wheel arch, and I think that's pretty much impossible. I'm really struggling on this driver's side, so I'm gonna do exactly the same method what I was doing on the passenger side, and hopefully it will come loose. I finally got it moving, but I made the boo-boo, exactly the same boo-boo again. I didn't quite leave enough to cut off, so I went too close to what, I can't remember what this is called, but went too close to this and actually cut it. It's only the minuscule, but now that's flat, I can use either another pinch bolt or something thin and strong to push through. So I'm going to use this. It's for a breaker bar, well, breaker gun, but it's perfect size for that. I can tap it through a little bit, so it's pretty much in, and then where has it gone? And use the new pinch bolt, because there's a bit of a gap there. I'll show you. And then you just use that, hit the end of that, and it'll push through. It shouldn't damage the thread because the thread doesn't start there, so it should be all right. I did the other side and that's sound, so we're gonna do that now. Oh, after some hitting, because it got stuck again, look, it started to, it focuses, move. So if you just keep smashing the end of that, or whatever you're using to push it through, it will eventually go enough in for you to put this in, and then you just hit the end of that. Luckily I've got spares, so just in case, because you never know with these, but if you don't have a spare, try and get a bolt which is the same size, and then use that. Now it's gone through enough, I can just put this bolt in there, and then hit the end of that bolt, because that is perfectly round for it, because obviously it's for that size, and then that will pop out the other side. There you go. This one will just come out, because obviously it just need to hit it on the other side, but it will come. There we go. And then there's that's the new one that I'll probably reuse, because it just clean up the threads. It's sound. The only bit that's damaged is the actual nut bit, but none of the sides are damaged, so it'll be all right to reuse. Right then, like the passenger side, just gotta hit these until they pop out, and then we'll undo it from the top. We'll undo the shock from the top, and then undo it from the bottom, and then it should all just come out. Again, got it out. Easy stuff, just tap. You just hit them up there. Same again each side until they pop out. Now, you saw me, well I didn't show you, but you know what I'm going to do, take the 3 bolts out so it drops down from the top, and then take it out from the bottom, from here. Oh, it wouldn't be a Volkswagen without a bolt snapping, would it? God damn it. The rest of them were coming out loosening, but this one just weren't budging at all, and you can see it's very corroded, so my guessing is it was just weak and it snapped, so just be very careful. So we didn't have one snap, we had 2. Now it's a problem because I won't be able to drive it. I'm going to try and get these out without, I don't know what I can do, but once it's out I'll have a look. So finally got the buckle out, but I think I'm really going to struggle to wind that out, I might need to weld a nut on or just drill it out with a really fine drill bit, a small one, all the way through, and then hopefully I can get something to just start spinning it round. But that's going to be a pain in the ass, if I'm honest. Really bad pain in the ass. But what can you do? These things happen. You just got to adapt. So I'm going to take this shock off and the top arms, and then I'm going to see if I can find a nice thin drill bit. If not, I'm going to have to go and buy one. Fun. Right, so I've managed to do, I've managed to fix it. Some of you might not approve, some of you might, but this is just temporary till I can get a new strut top. But this is what I've done. My father-in-law, who lives next door looking off, re-tapped them for me. But I've had to obviously use a different size bolt and whatnot. And when we did it, we didn't realise that we went on a bit of a piss, so they're not exactly in line with the original bolts. However, I've still got one in. They've all gone into the same original holes. I haven't widened anything. So this is temporary. It will work. However, it's not perfect, but it will work for now. You got to adapt, don't you? Adapt and overcome, and that's what I've done. So luckily enough, it's all in, all proper. So now I just need to basically put the top arms in and the front's done. It's all done. Everything's tightened up. So I'm going to put the wheels on the front now, and then I'm going to start on the back because I think that'll just be easier. So get the wheels on now, front wheels on, back wheels off, jack it up in the air, and then we'll see how hard it is to get these rear ones off. Alright, fronts are down, rears. Right, so you've got 3 bolts that hold the shock in. You've got 2 at the top and 1 at the bottom, which is down here. And then once that's out, the spring should pop out. I don't know if I need to jack up both sides, so we'll see. I'm gonna try taking this off now, and we'll see. Whoever designed this is stupid. Oh, why put it through there? World's longest nut. And of course, the rain has started. It is absolutely hammering it down outside. So I've got to wait for this to pass through my ears. I've literally just took the shock off and it's pissing it down now. So I guess we'll just have to wait for this to pass. So the rain's slowed down now. I've jacked up the other side. I'm pretty sure I have to jack up both sides for it to for the spring to pop out. So I'm just going to do the same what I did the other side. Just take the 2 bolts off at the top and 1 at the bottom, and then the shock will come down. And then hopefully I can just put the new spring in, and jobs are good. And so I had to use a spring compressor to get it off. Yeah, that is a bit loaded at the minute. So we're going to have to do the same on the other side. I thought they might just drop down, but they didn't. So you definitely don't need a spring compressor unless you've got a really big bar, which you can lever on to pull the rear sub down, but I don't think it's going to go down that far enough. So spring compressor on, and it will come off with ease. Our one's off. New one's going on. Tell you what, I mean, look at the size difference already. Let's just get that one out of the way. Look at that. That is a big difference. So this is, obviously I won't need to compress this to put it on. So it's going to be a lot easier than what I just did. You just put that into situ and then jack it up. Put the new one of the strut on, well the shock, sorry. Put the new shock on and jobs are good, and that's it. Right, we're on. I'm pretty sure I've done it right. This is my first ever time actually properly installing coilovers, but I'm sure I've done that right. There we go, it's all bolted up in at the top. Nice Raceland. Obviously, if you're going to be doing this yourself, you're going to have to swap all the dust covers and all that over. I didn't have to do that because the guy who I bought them off only just took them off his car and he didn't need to take his dust covers off. So if you are going to do it, just remember you are going to need to do that to put your coilovers on. I'm pretty sure it's straightforward. It looks like it's just one bolt and it will come off. But yeah, if you're going to do it yourself, that's what you need to be doing. Alright, so the front's on. Just need to put the wheel on both wheels on the back, and then finally we're going to see a lowered Passat. I've been waiting for this for about 4 years. I've finally got some coils. Oh, I love lowered Passats. So it's all lowered now. Yeah, take a look. So I'm maxed out on the rears. I've still got a bit to go on the fronts, but I don't really want to lower it anymore on the front because of the sump. I still want it drivable. I've got sump raisers, engine lifters, sorry, but I haven't installed them yet, so I don't really want to lower it any more than what it is at the minute. But I think it looks perfect, if I'm honest. I can't see much wrong with it. The only thing I can notice is when I drove it to this position, the mud flaps were scraping on the floor over one little bump, so I think I'm gonna have a problem with the front mud flaps. I might have to get rid. But other than that, I think it looks a million times better. It doesn't look like a monster truck anymore, and it's gonna stick to the road better. I won't get body roll and whatnot. So all in all, good day. And if you've enjoyed this, let me know in the comments if it's helped you out. If you want to see more of this content, make sure to subscribe, give me a like, and I guess I'll see you in the next one. Peace.